Welcome to the Monster Castle Radio Show. For the extreme paranormal listener. And here is your host, the Wolfman, Mike.
Yeah. This is where the real freaks hang out, alright? Yeah. Let's hear some rock and roll, baby, yeah!
How's everybody doing out there tonight? Oh, man. We've got another just talk show. We're just going to do some live talk. I had another guest cancel on me, so he's going to need a bonk for that, I think. Man, Dave, if you're listening, thanks for ruining my show. No, it's all right. We're not going to ruin the show. All right. Darren, are you there?
Yep. Yes, I'm here.
All right, buddy. And Marcus?
Yep, I'm here.
And there's Jeff. Yes.
Here I am.
Right. Well, at least we got my panel on here. And I believe I hear some, I think it could be some random monsters. I think we have. You never know what kind of random creepy monsters come on here. Sometimes we're, our show's kind of like an EVP session, I think.
I'm starting to like that first song. Is that yours?
Yeah, Hallows Eve, yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
I'm gonna redo that one actually, probably right away this month because for Halloween coming up.
Yeah.
I'm going to redo the vocals and the guitar and drums and everything. I'll just spike that one up a bit.
It's only 6 weeks away.
Yeah.
Hard to believe. Did you see all those tunnels they're finding in Europe? And they're 12,000 years old and they go all throughout Europe from Scotland all the way to Turkey?
What? Yeah, I was reading about that. What the hell is that?
Yeah, they just keep finding them. It's just like the Bosnian pyramid underneath there where they're finding all those tunnels. They keep digging them out, and they're all over the place. I wonder if it's the same ancient civilization that made the pyramid over there, too.
So they're actually, they're not a natural cave formation?
No. Oh no, they have arches and everything, support beams, but a lot of them are buried, and they're just digging them out. There's miles and miles of them. I posted it on the Facebook page. Did you check it out, Marcus?
I did do a quick look on it. Did they measure the actual 12,000 miles? I mean, how did they get that?
No, it's 12,000 years ago.
12,000 years? Okay.
Which is, I don't know how many miles. They still don't know. They just keep finding them.
But did they actually make it all the way from wherever it was, Turkey?
I have not. I just know that they keep finding them all over the place. They said, but they haven't shown a map exactly where. I think they're kind of keeping it on the lowdown. I don't think they want people going there or something, because I guess there's some in Scotland. There's some in all the way across Europe. They're pretty deep down too, so they have no clue what they were for. I wonder if they're for water, maybe. Who knows?
It's crazy. I mean, maybe people were trying to escape something.
I think it has probably to do with the natural disaster that occurred around that time era. When Atlantis
about
sunk,
11,000 years ago.
That's the same time period where all they talk about this big, huge natural disaster, Atlantis sinking, the continent of Mu, everything disappeared, like at that time.
Could be. I hope they release. It's hard to find anything out about it. I was kind of searching, but it's kind of gone silent since like 2013. There hasn't been a lot of new stories about it. But I find that stuff fascinating, especially the Bosnian pyramid. Every time they dig down, they find something there.
The Bosnian pyramid, it also, what I find really interesting about that is the readings of the energy that's being projected from the tip of it towards the atmosphere. And it actually gets stronger as you go higher up.
Yeah, totally above it.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre. That's probably what it's there for, I imagine. I don't know. Maybe they ran the water through it so they had structured water.
I mean, they must have been hiding from something, I'm thinking, because that would take a ton of work to dig tunnels like that.
Oh.
I
know.
It's harder than build pyramids, right?
I don't know about that, but I guess there's miles and miles of them. They keep finding them. The more they look, the more they find. So it wouldn't have been an easy thing to do. And a lot of them are covered up. They're like refilled, which is weird. They like have to excavate them out, get all the rock out. And the ones in the Bosnian pyramids, they were filled with like almost, it's not like a concrete, but just like rocks, small rocks, and they're digging them out. That's a lot of people are saying that he's just digging and making tunnels, and then saying that they're underground tunnels under the pyramid. But according to him, he says no, it's just coming out, and it's like rock walls, and then like the gravel that they're pulling out of it. I don't know. I'd like to go over there and see myself.
How could you see yourself?
Well,
if you want to see yourself, just look in the mirror.
Got two talking.
Okay, I just
well,
said.
Well, hey.
Go ahead, Jeff.
The interesting thing is, they're all found. Like a lot of these tunnels are found under like structures, so it's not like they're random.
Correct.
So it makes you wonder what they serve. Like as some people say that may be like an underground highway system, or a way to get from one place to another, to get out of the weather, to get out of the elements. If it's rainy or snowy or too hot, it'd be a great area to have a great way to travel. And just have a direct shot. Well, some of them, they say some of the sections have areas of like storage rooms, or they have places where you can sit down. I mean, so it's not just a tunnel. It's like it's got some more structure to it, other than just a simple.
This might be the tip of the iceberg. Could you imagine if there's tunnels throughout all the mountains, through all Europe, all the way down to Turkey and Bosnia, everything? They just find this underground complex.
Yeah, well, they say that they're probably not connected from, at this point they can tell that they're not connected, but it'd be interesting if they actually were connected. And I mean, that would just like be, highways, of our ancient ancestors, um, thousands of
12.
years ago.
12,000 years ago. I mean, what was in Europe 12,000 years ago? Do they know? I mean, isn't that prehistory, kind of?
I mean, well, prehistory is, yeah, I mean, it's about the time I think that they found, like writing on caves. And
That's
I
the
think,
date. That's the dating of the Sphinx.
Right?
Yeah, Graham Hancock, because of the water erosion, says that it's 11,000 years ago or 12,000 years ago, the Sphinx, instead of 6, like Zahi Hawass thinks.
Zahi Hawass. I've got a little present for Mr. Zahi Hawass, and it's called a club. There you go, Zahi. You got bonked.
You don't like Zahi?
No, he's an idiot.
I don't like
He
him either.
protects. he protects lies.
Yeah, it's only the Egyptians that made everything over there, and
He's
nothing
a
else.
feeder of bullshit. He spoon feed your bullshit all day.
The amazing thing about the pyramids over there is the older ones are the better ones. Then the newer ones are kind of crappy. And the farther back they go, the better they were.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back.
So did you guys
12,000
read
years.
that? Did you guys read that article on that you posted about the tunnels? They're saying that I mean, these guys were smart, to where they would kind of build these tunnels like in a zigzag pattern, which kind of allowed them to last
And not collapse.
12,000 years later. I mean, come on, that's some good engineering,
Yeah. Well, just like the Great Pyramid.
right? It's impressive.
That's why I'm wondering if they're just going to keep finding more. Did they speculate in there?
I'm wondering. That kind of give the impression it goes all the way from Scotland to Turkey, but I think it's just a few tunnels here and there, all the way across.
Well,
Europe.
I don't think they've excavated them yet. Isn't that?
Not all of
Because
them.
the whole article is kind of strange because there's tunnels from Scotland all the way to Turkey, but then they don't really show a map. They don't really they show pictures of the tunnels, but they kind of didn't say where they were and where they were going. Did they?
It says they spread throughout Europe from Scotland to Turkey, so they're not like one big long tunnel from Scotland to Turkey. It's a few scattered here and there, I think.
Yeah, I just wish they'd give us more information. It's hard to
Well,
find.
they tell
too.
you can buy the book.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
German book.
Yeah, I saw that
That's
author.
about it.
It's on Amazon too. I don't.
Right.
I don't speak German.
Dr. Heinrich Kusch.
Yeah. We should get him on our program.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great to talk about.
Und
Hey,
we will
Wolfman.
create the monster. We can create
Oh.
the monster with our crazy German machines.
Yes. Did you make the tunnels? He's
Yes,
here.
with crazy German machinery.
German engineering?
Yes,
Once
it
he worked at Stalag 13, on Hogan's Heroes there. Maybe that's where they started the tunnels.
yeah.
We need I think we need a visitor from the Vatican to come.
Oh, he's coming on. That's right. Yeah, Father Guido Stargucci is coming on after our first. When I play a song and we come back, he's going to be on.
Sweet. I like when he calls in.
Oh yeah, he's got an update from the Vatican.
Sweet.
I cannot wait. He's a funny guy. Let's see.
Do you guys think that the Koreans really lit off a nuke over there? Or do you think that's just BS?
We could always check the USGS, United States Geological map, and they usually are able to detect the shaking of the Earth from it. Because the last one they lit off, I was able to find it on the map, earthquake map. It's pretty interesting.
I
I
think
think they were testing the air.
isn't there also a site that shows the radiation levels around the planet too?
There probably is.
I'm pretty sure there is. I looked at that before a while back when the Fukushima was happening. I saw a world map showing the radiation levels around the planet. And you could see this just nasty cloud of radiation coming away off of Japan.
That
So-
Fukushima scares me.
Yeah. So I just did a search on the USGS, and the one for North Korea does show up.
Wow.
So yeah, they classified it as an explosion. They give a time, probably wasn't a depth, but they give a location, time, latitude, longitude. Registered as a 5.3. So I think that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder what they're doing if they kept on making these more powerful and more powerful nuclear weapons. Is it just a display of power, or are they actually going to do something with it?
I don't know. They were testing the missiles out of the sub, weren't they, just a month or two ago? And then now they test that. Japan's nervous. I would be
Well, yeah.
too.
It's their neighbor. It's their crazy neighbor. It's like you're, sure someone's had a crazy neighbor before.
Yeah.
I
Boy,
hear
there's-
thunder.
I think somebody was testing missiles there. Yeah.
I'm still waiting to have a sane neighbor, actually.
So's my neighbor.
There sure was a lot of stuff on our beaches over here in Oregon from that earthquake. I found
Oh, really?
Oh my God! I found a Perception whitewater kayak that had traveled all the way from Japan. The landed had. In fact, I have pictures. I should post them. I don't know where they are, but you should see all these weird creatures that were on the inside of it. Stuff that weren't native to the Northwest. Weird stuff.
Right.
I want to say hi to Caveman, and I want to say hi to shout out to the Mud King. They're both listening right now.
Oh man, I should get off and let the Mud King get on. He had a great interview with you.
I could probably just add him to the call and see what happens.
We could try.
Let's see what happens. But yeah, that's a good topic. I like what we're talking about right now. I'm going to see what happens. But he is added to the group. Hopefully, yeah. I just added him. So that's cool. He can come on if he wants. We're going to see what happens. If it's going to mess up our Skype, then I'll just put a song on and then we'll regroup because it's about that time anyways.
Well, if you get a caller, I'll drop off so you have enough bandwidth, and then I'll monitor the
Well,
screen.
actually, I was told that you can do up to 5. So I would like to try
Yeah.
it.
I'll mute my mic. If there's any problem, I'll drop off and listen and call back.
Supposed to be able to get up to 24.
Oh no,
Oh.
it's up to 10.
10 actually.
It's up to 10, but it only works good with
Well,
with up to 5. So yeah, he did not answer, but anyways, I know he's listening. So okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a song called "The Petting Zoo." I hope you enjoy this one. I haven't played this one before yet. gifts of nature. Treat them right. Okay, I got somebody calling in here. Hello, can you hear me?
Sweet.
It's
Yes.
Father Guido. I'm calling from the Vatican.
Oh, fantastic. You sound real clear.
Yes, I was gonna tell you about everybody asking something about the Pope telling. Yes, the Pope is telling me that he believes that the Earth is still flat.
He's a proponent of the flat Earth theory.
He said, "Yeah, it's a flat.
Oh, I'll be
She's
darned.
not around. They lied about it all the time."
It's just a big conspiracy.
Well, I think what I said to him, I said, take off your hat for 1 minute because I'll tell you something. If you were thinking that the Earth is a big flat thing, I'm going to bonk your head until your head is a flat. What do you think of that one?
I don't think that was enough bonks to flatten it out.
You should see what happened when he took his hat off. It's a pointy head. He's got a cone head. It's the same shape as the hat.
Did you ask him anything about the flat Earth and what he thought about it?
He said that when they sent out this Christopher Columbus, that his ship actually fell off of the edge of the planet.
Oh.
And
Wow, I
that's,
wonder-
he fell down and down and down.
Just like a big pancake.
Yeah.
So there's an edge to it.
Well, it makes sense if you ever use a frisbee. Then you see the way the frisbee goes, that's the way the earth goes around the sun. I don't freaking believe him. I think he's just a pulling of my leg, you know.
That could be. Does Marcus, do you have any questions for Father Guido Starducci?
Well, I was curious about his meteorite collection. I'd heard that he had a collection of meteorites.
Yeah, he won't let me play with them anymore. I used to be able to sometimes take the meteors and roll them around on the floor a bit, and we would play this game. But he doesn't want to play it anymore. We just use them to roll stuff around, and we just play with them.
You play with the meteor balls?
Yeah, we just play. That's a game where we roll them around in the basement, of the Vatican.
In the basement.
Like marbles, It's kind of like a marbles,
so
but
what kind of prize do you get when you win this game? What's the prize?
you really don't want to know that one. I can't tell you that.
We do. We want
It's
to
sick.
know.
He's a really sick dude. I'm telling you.
Pope Frank?
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't like. Let me just put it this way: he doesn't like girls.
Does he like the aliens?
Oh yeah, we like the aliens to forcefully baptize them.
Did you do any forceful baptisms this week?
Yeah, one or two, but they were the insect type,
Yeah.
so they're
What'd
not
you do
a
with
real
those ugly ones?
I just really don't like them ugly things, man. And this time I just held one of them a little bit too long in the holy water.
Are they heavier than the grays?
No, they're
Or
just
do they
the
have-
little ones, He's the little ones.
They have the exoskeleton and the ugly face?
These ones were only about 6 inches high.
Oh. So you could drop the whole carcass in there and hold them down forcefully.
Oh yeah, and you drown them very easily.
You didn't drown all of them, though, right?
No, but they got a little bit scared of us. We got all these crazy things, like the energy particle beam of weapons that we take them down, and then when they crash, if they're still alive, we will baptize them.
Just pull them out of there and just get them right over to the water.
Yeah.
Do they struggle a lot when you're shoving their face down in there forcefully?
You should have seen them try to run away. It's so funny. It's really
Are
funny.
they slippery?
It's a little bit smelly.
It sounds to me like these little guys are what they use for the probing. What it sounds like to me.
They probe us or we probe them?
No, I think they are the probe. The little 6-inch guys.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They're like the little worker bees.
Kind of like South Park with a gopher.
Yeah. Like
Or
that.
what-
I mean,
What's
they
his
had to
name?
come up with that idea from somewhere. Or a Cartman?
Yeah, what's the gopher's name? Or the rat? The mouse.
I don't know.
Tiddlywinks or something? I forget.
It
Anyways,
looks like we've lost the good
Did we
father.
lose him?
Yeah. I would like to
dang it.
just I would like to say something though, like you know what day it is today, right?
Yeah, it's 9/11.
Yeah. I just like to say for anybody that lost anyone there, our thoughts go out to the families of the victims. And let's hope nothing like that happens again.
Yeah,
That
no
was a
kidding.
terrible day. But,
Did
yeah.
it?
Maybe we should talk about that. Who thinks that it was an inside job?
Not me.
I don't.
I think
I think it was like definitely the demolition mechanism of that building somehow was set off, and it was collapsed in order to basically safely remove it. I think.
it's
Maybe.
just how they were designed.
Yeah. It's I used to live over there on the East Coast when that happened, and I watched I saw the second plane hit live, because as soon as it happened, it hit the news, and I was sitting there watching the TV, and then they're showing the two towers, and then you see like another explosion happen. It was well, at the time I was in the Marines, and I was just I was pretty sure that things were going to get serious at that point. And, they grounded my aircraft. They grounded all the aircraft except for a few of the, the fighter jets. But at that point on, security got pretty high.
That and all the Bin Ladens going back to Saudi Arabia.
Right. Yeah, and we had to start carrying, handguns and on the aircraft. It was a little more secure.
Well, a good friend I work with 5 days a week was at the base of the second tower about a block away when the second plane hit. He was a police officer, and he was
wow.
coming in to help, and they heard it, and then everyone started just running. And
Wow.
he ended up going into like a subway or something. But,
Wow.
oh man, he saw the plane parts. He saw a huge wheel of a plane, papers, body parts. He could, in fact, I want to have him on as a guest. He has lots of stories about it. And, he found right after it happened, Boomer Esiason's tax records were just sitting at the base. Isn't that weird?
Right. I heard about that.
So weird.
We've got a local radio show here in the main guy. He found out his wife was supposed to be on one of the flights, and she was not. And then it found out that's how we discovered she was cheating on him, because she was supposed to be on one of the planes that went down, and she wasn't. She was like somewhere else in like Florida, instead of flying to, wherever she was. The plane was supposed to fly out to. That's kind of yeah.
She was with her boyfriend?
She was supposed to fly on that flight, one of the on the aircraft that actually hit the Twin Tower, the first or second one. I'm not sure which one. And so she gave her, her husband at that time the wrong flight information. She was actually on another flight.
And then she turned up alive?
And she turned up alive, and needless to say, they're no longer married.
I wonder, that's so. He probably thought she was dead for a couple days.
Yeah, a day or two. I don't know how long it was, but yeah, it's pretty crappy way to go. He probably wishes she was on that plane.
That's what I was gonna say. He probably wishes that she died on that plane.
After they collapsed, the guys didn't know what to do. It was when they called it the pig, and they would go in and people would be giving them food, all this stuff, and they'd cheer, and then they'd go in there, and it's just nasty, and just smelly, and body parts, and they'd thank all the people for all the stuff, and then they'd pretty much just throw it straight into the garbage. They'd go to work, and then later he had to work like 12-hour days at the dump, where they brought everything, and then they went through it again to try to find all the body parts. And like his first day, okay, well, I'm ready to do this, and he found a shoe with a foot in it still, and so he shut the whole thing down because that's what they told him he was supposed to do. And like everyone turns and looks at him, just kind of rolls their eyes, like, "What the hell are you doing?" He goes, "I found a foot," and it's like they go, "Yeah." Congratulations, because they were, unless it was something large, they were just, they were done. They were so done. They did find a lot of.
How many? Do you know how many people died in the Twin Towers?
I don't know, 3,000, something like that.
3,000. I know, 189 died at the Pentagon.
Yeah, I think 2,900 or something. They found 1,600 of the people's bodies. They're still going through all that stuff.
Oh, what a mess.
But, he has a lot of friends that have gotten cancer and have, first responders that worked in the pig. They're gone now.
What
Probably
blows
4
my
or
mind,
5.
yeah.
A lot of them.
What blows my mind is Building 7.
And he was right there for that, and he knows all the firemen that were around that, and he watched it burn all damn day long. It started collapsing. And then they got everyone out of the way because they knew it was coming down. That's his story, and he knows what happened there. He hates the conspiracy theories. He hates them because he was there. He saw it. That thing burned all day long. And it finally went down. But yeah, Building 7, that was the one that, until I met him, I always thought that it was weird. Everything about it was weird. Because it was like they said, it's coming down, we're going to set it, and then it just collapsed,
Yeah, we never get the full story, and media always slants it. They always try to make it a better story. They never actually give you the real objective.
Well, I watched that live. I watched Building 7 go down live.
Oh,
There's a girl, and she goes, "Oh, we heard that it's coming down," and then the whole thing just, and then they moved out of the way, and dust came again, but what is interesting is what was in Building 7, which gives the rise to the conspiracy.
What was in there?
What?
Can you tell us what was in there?
Wasn't it the FBI building?
Oh, yeah. Or CIA, wasn't it?
Or CIA. There's a bunch of top secret stuff.
Did you see the pictures, though? The twisted metal that looked like it was just, and it was like some of the rooms were still intact with desks and chairs sitting there, and then it just drops off, and then there's all this twisted metal, and it doesn't even look burned or anything. It's really weird. The wreckage of that building is really strange if you look at it.
I'll check it out.
It kind of looks to me like an energy particle beam weapon hit that building. Doesn't
Well,
look like
all I know
fire.
is what my friend said. He said it burned all day. He's got
Oh yeah,
firefighter
there's
friends.
a lot to burn. Yeah.
Yeah, he said they didn't even try to control it. I mean, they had lost half the precincts. All the men were gone, and they just were trying to control the situation around it, I guess, and keeping an eye on it. But still, aren't those the only 3 buildings that have collapsed due to fire?
Yeah. There's never
Yeah.
been any other buildings that have collapsed due to fire, and the engineers say that it's impossible.
Yeah, some do.
But yeah,
But that was a weird. Those 2 buildings are weird.
I
And one other building had a building fall on it that was on fire with, bunch of plane fuel. I don't know.
Yeah, that's building 7. I heard it had some stuff fall onto it, and that's how it got started
On fire.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's possible. I also think that it's possible that something went wrong with I know that they're equipped with a self-destruct button basically on these buildings, just to take them down straight down so they don't fall over on top of other buildings if something goes wrong. And for them to,
It could be.
they are. I know for sure that they have a self-destruct
For all we know, they could
mechanism.
have set explosions at the bottom of building 7 so it didn't fall over.
That's what I think happened, and it could have went off by accident because it was burning, and some kind of faulty wiring could have triggered the self-destruction mechanism to just go off.
Well, my buddy said he'll come on our show, so we'll get him on. We'll ask him all these questions. He's fantastic, total New Yorker. So we'll get him on one of these weeks.
Okay.
Lots and lots of stories.
Wicked.
Maybe we can get him next week. How much time's left?
We got about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I got a little recording here to play from a jam session. It's kind of funny. Me and a buddy were jamming this afternoon.
Chicken train running all day, chicken train don't get away.
So, thanks everyone.
Chicken train gonna get away. Once I belong, chicken train wanna get away, chicken train, get away, chicken train, get away. Run away, chicken train, run away, run away, chicken, gotta get away.
Thanks everyone for coming out. Thank you, panel. Another interesting show. I'll leave you with this craziness.
Chicken train run all day, chicken train gonna get that train till you go insane. Ride that train till you go insane. Ride that train till you go insane. Ride that train